Thanksgiving and Christmas are just around the corner, and the Macon Black Pages is going to set the tone for the holidays by having a holiday expo and business and consumer mixer at the Tubman Museum, November the 14th from 6 to 10 p.m. We'll have display booths, we'll have networking, we'll set the tone for the holidays, and we want everybody there. You are invited. See you at the expo, November the 14th, 6 o'clock at the Tubman Museum. 478-464-0074. Too often there are too many resources in our community that assist with too many things that we don't know about, and that causes too many problems. You know, I teach in the correctional system, and one thing that I tell the residents and the inmates is that they need to be very, very cognizant of the many, many resources that are available in our community. This is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and I'm just more than a little happy to be interviewing a young lady here who is the executive director. Is that your title?
Main Street Macon Manager.
What's your title?
Main Street Macon Manager.
Oh, Main Street Macon Manager.
Right, and
Okay.
Downtown Development Specialist.
Okay, Downtown Development Specialist and Main Street Macon Manager, Miss Emily Hopkins. And, you know, and having some experiences with her and being a business downtown and knowing how, you know, even downtown Macon is becoming a part of Main Street Macon. And because of the many resources and the mission of Main Street Macon, I thought it would not be robbery for us to have her on a call to action and to talk about some of the things that Main Street Macon is doing. How you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
How are
Thanks
you?
I'm outstanding. Thanks for coming on the show. Before we talk about Main Street Macon, managing director or whatever, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from South Carolina, so I'm not an original Maconite, but I am a Maconite now. I've been in Macon for about 3 years. I first moved to Macon to work at Historic Macon Foundation, where I focused a lot on preservation and planning fundraising events, marketing the organization, making sure people knew about the power of preservation and how it can be utilized to make our community a better place. And that's where I met you when we were working on the Cotton Avenue Coalition.
Right. And then you moved from there to
Main Street.
Main Street. So talk a little bit about, I mean, I like that name.
Yeah.
You know, Main Street Macon is a good name. So first of all, give us the background of it and what its mission is and what you're trying to accomplish with Main Street.
Yeah, absolutely. So Main Street Macon is part of a wider network of Main Street programs that are all over the country in cities and communities of different sizes. So we fall under the umbrella of the National Main Street Program. And the whole point of National Main Street Programs is to revitalize historic downtowns through a four-point approach of organization, promotion, design, and economic restructuring. So it's housed within the National Trust for Historic Preservation. So there's definitely a focus on preserving our historic downtowns and really giving use to those old buildings, making sure that retailers, businesses, restaurants, offices, all those things are coming back in, bringing life to the buildings, having a reason for people to go downtown through programming, with events, making sure people know what's happening in downtown areas, helping with the general design and streetscaping, and then of course, you know, collaborating with different organizations to make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's working towards a common goal. So that's generally how Main Street programs across the country work, and they all are, you know, very unique and tailored to their own specific communities. Main Street Macon is housed in the Macon-Bibb Consolidated Government, so we are a government entity which allows us to be a liaison between the public and private sector. So we're here to really help people navigate those governmental processes to improve downtown Macon. So if you're a new business and want to apply for a business license, you can come to us. If you're a nonprofit who is interested in adding a new festival to our already really robust schedule of events, we can help you with that street application closure process, or just navigating the different entities you have to work through to get permits and approvals. So that's really our role, and our mission is to collaborate to bring life and business to downtown Macon.
Okay, so specifically your geographic area that you're trying to assist is downtown Macon.
Correct.
Now, do any of your programs go beyond, you know, the geographic lines of downtown?
Well, I like to think that our work is definitely community-wide, because even though we are focused specifically on the central business district, all the improvements we make in that area permeates out into the rest of the community and has a spillover effect and helps bring in more jobs and more businesses, more companies, all those things that build a stronger community and a better place for us all to live. But we do have one specific program, our marketing grant, that anyone in Macon-Bibb can apply to, or rather any business can apply to. So that is not constricted to just the central business district.
Okay, CBD, Central Business District.
Yes.
That's really, really interesting. You know, back in the dark ages when I was a teenager, I used to bag groceries, and I used to carry groceries for people. You know, they weren't in the parking lot, everybody had to park downtown. But I say that to say that downtown was bustling.
Yes.
I mean, you come there on the weekend and, you know, Broadway and Cherry Street and Mulberry, you know, with just all kinds of activity. Well, it seems to me that I'm noticing a gradual but steady increase in activity downtown. Is that true? And talk about that for a minute.
Absolutely, that's true. We are seeing growth in downtown each and every day, and that is because a lot of organizations are really working together and have this common vision of a revitalized downtown. So that's the work of Main Street Macon. We partner with Newtown Macon, which has been an instrumental partner in making sure that downtown is a bustling place for business, that you can open a business there, that people know about the resources, they know what buildings are available, they have loan programs and things of that nature. I work really closely with my direct supervisor, Alex Morrison, who's the director of the Urban Development Authority, and they are really providing that infrastructure that makes downtown a good place to be. Like parking is a big one, and trash and solid waste and all those kind of things. Those things you don't think about, but are very essential to having a really healthy, bright, and vibrant downtown.
Now, I understand that there's a good side and a bad side, not a real bad side. To talk about all the loss and people living downtown. And then we're going to mention that little problem that you and I are talking about.
Yeah, so we've seen a huge increase in loft buildings and occupancy in downtown Macon. And that, in large part, you can thank Newtown Macon, because that is a major focus of theirs, and recruiting developers to build lofts and rehab our really huge historic buildings where it's not really that feasible to just make it a storefront, but it needs that mixed use component. So we have a lot of lofts, we have a really diverse population moving in, a lot of younger people, and a lot of people with pets. Not necessarily kids just yet, we're waiting until that happens, but a lot of dogs are coming into downtown with their owners.
Well, and then, you know, a lot of people bring their dogs out and, you know, and they don't necessarily clean up behind them. And then I know you want to encourage people to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the, I guess, the grimier parts of my job is making people aware of how important it is to pick up after your pet when you take them into a downtown park or downtown area. It is a sign that we have a really healthy downtown, that people are living there and that they're bringing their pets with them. But it's really important that residents pick up after their pets so that everyone can enjoy the parks, because they are public spaces.
Yeah, because the park is for It's for people.
Correct. It's for everybody, and not everybody wants to step in that.
Not just animals, it's,
Yeah.
it's for people. It's a part, it's a part of recreation. So, okay, now let's talk specifically about, you mentioned very, very briefly the advertising grant. You also mentioned the mini loan. But talk specifically about the different programs in which Main Street Macon is involved.
Right, so we structure everything by those 4 points that I mentioned earlier: economic restructuring, promotion, organization, and design. So one of those within the economic restructuring arm is our marketing grant, which is available to small businesses, which we define as having 10 or less employees. And that's available to anybody in Macon-Bibb. Any small business can apply. You can get up to $1,500 to use on a marketing campaign to get people to come into your business, to really increase foot traffic and get people in and shopping. We also do a lot with events. So we're responsible for hosting the annual Christmas parade, which is a big undertaking for Main Street. And we also assist with the Macon Beer Festival, which sells out every single year and is a great event for the community. It does a lot to raise awareness about prostate cancer. And we also promote downtown throughout the year to make sure that people are coming and being a regular, that it is a destination for everyone in our community. It's a place where you can shop, you can eat, you can play, you can worship, you can do so many things in downtown Macon. We want everyone to know and feel like they can be a part of that.
Yeah, I noticed that they've had several very, very nice eating establishments. Piedmont Brewery, where you had your retirement celebration, is one of them, and I mean there are several. Now, one thing that I would like to see downtown, and maybe you can address it, I think we need more retail.
Correct.
More
Yes.
stores and more boutiques, and we certainly need more diversity in ownership downtown. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we need retail to increase that foot traffic and people to have a reason to come downtown. And that is something that we work with Newtown Macon on, to connect businesses with the right resources to connect them with property owners so they can find that space that is just right for them, and to provide the resources to go through getting a business license and how do you get zoned and those types of things. So we really are a resource that is here to help people when they're ready to open for business, and then to sustain that business culture so that people always have a reason to come downtown.
Now, if they got an idea, they need to go maybe to the Small Business Development Center, Newtown Macon, or somewhere else to get that plan together.
Right.
Right. You all don't do business plans per se.
Not as much, but I would encourage anybody to contact me if you're interested in opening a business downtown, because that's one thing I can do. I might not can help you with the exact plan, but I can connect you with the right people.
Yeah, you know the resources.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about them in a minute. This is a call to action.
Call to action.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with Miss Emily Hopkins, who is the, what's that title?
Main Street Macon Manager.
Main Street Macon Manager. Thanksgiving and Christmas are just around the corner, and the Macon Black Pages is going to set the tone for the holidays by having a holiday expo and business and consumer mixer at the Tubman Museum, November the 14th from 6 to 10 p.m. We'll have display booths, we'll have networking, we'll set the tone for the holidays, and we want everybody there. You are invited. See you at the expo, November the 14th, 6 o'clock at the Tubman Museum. 478-464-007. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, interviewing Miss Emily Hopkins, who is the
Main Street Macon Manager.
Main Street Macon Manager. And we're talking about that program, which is very, very effective and essential to the growth and development of downtown Macon. She and I both agree that there are several good things going on in downtown, and that people are coming back to downtown, that people are now living downtown. People got a lot of animals downtown. They've got just several new restaurants that very, very recently have been established downtown. I'm sure that we want to talk about, I think, both the entertainment, the retail, and the diversity perspective. One thing I want to give this community credit for, including Main Street and other entities, Newtown, Macon, the city, the county, the chamber, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, is that these entities don't have to be a force to acknowledge and recognize the necessity and advantage of diversity. So we're talking about making it good for everybody, you know, the entire community. So I want to congratulate all of these entities on that. So let's talk a little bit about entertainment. How's entertainment downtown? Do we need more? Or is it okay? What you think?
Well, I think it's good. I mean, there's always room for improvement with everything. I think we're really starting to capitalize on Macon's music history and really showing that Macon still has a vibrant music scene. The acts that are coming through the Cox Capitol Theater are amazing, as well as the Macon City Auditorium. You can see equally as good shows at the Hummingbird for $5 on the weekends. Grant's is one of my favorite places to go to in terms of entertainment downtown, just because of the sense of history in that building. You can really tell that something happened there, and you get to see history being made some nights on that stage. And we have things like the Douglas, which is an incredible resource for our community, where there are $5 movies. And a lot of times those are blockbuster films that come through the regular movie theater, and you can see those on a given night. So, you know, we've got all the restaurants. The Tubman, yes, we have the museums, the Georgia Sports Halls of Fame. There are all kinds of attractions downtown for sure. Though I'm sure there are some things that we could add. What would you like to see downtown?
Well, I would like to see lounge, a bar and lounge. You know, my pastor's gonna get at me, but I'll pray about it. But I want to see something for, I don't want to call them old folk, but just a real bar and lounge that people with gray hair can be comfortable going to. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe a 3-piece jazz combo, you know, a vibrant happy hour. And, you know, I think we had this discussion, because I don't know what the status of, what's her name, Knight, what's the lady's name with the hotel down there, Audrey
Yes.
Price, his name Audrey Price.
Correct, yeah, the Napier building.
The Napier building, she bought that, and she had mentioned that she was going to put kind of like a Caribbean club there. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see that from an entertainment perspective, maybe a small place, you know, where people could come after they left Geico or what have you and go by for happy hour. And we used to have that, and I'm sure that there's some of it there now. But, you know, I don't know whether there's something specifically designed, program for people 40 and over. So that's what I'd like to see. I know people are raising their eyebrows at the camera, but that's okay. You know, I mean, guess what though? People are getting older and living longer.
That's true.
So it just might be a marker for that. The other thing I would like to see more diverse businesses. I would like to see more African American businesses downtown, you know, particularly in retail. I know you got regional shopping, you got LDW, and, you know, I'm trying to dots forget me not, you know, I know those are downtown, might be more, but I would like to see more, you know, like some more boutiques. Oh yeah, and we got Pink Chef Boutique.
Yeah, Pink Chief.
Pink Chief,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she's gonna come by and apply for a grant.
Yeah.
So, but I'd like to see, and you got some doctor's offices, so, I mean, there is some diversity, but as more businesses come downtown, then I would like to see it more diverse. I'm excited that you are responsible for the activities like festivals or things of that nature. So if, in fact, You know, and then a lot of people don't realize the power of family reunions. So if somebody wants to plan an event in one of the parks or something, they can call you, I'm sure, to help identify the space and other kinds of resources that would be available. And then talk about the Christmas parade. We want a real good one and a real big one.
Yeah, well, that's the plan this year. So we're gearing up for the Christmas parade. It'll be Sunday, December 3rd of 2017. It's always a huge event, a great attraction for downtown. We have thousands of people who come out each year, usually on average about 80 parade units. So it's a lot of people in the parade itself. And we're getting ready to make the application open, so definitely by October 1st you'll be able to apply and be a participant in the parade. And then of course we want everyone to come out and see all the different marching bands, the motorists, the roller derby demons. I mean, everyone comes out and participates in this parade. It's a great showcase for our community and all the different organizations and entities we have working together here.
It sounds like fun. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a holiday expo at the Tubman.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, on November the 14th to just kind of get people in the community to get ready for the holidays. Well, how can one get in touch with you? Give the contact resources and the informational resources like website, contact, etc.
Definitely. So probably the easiest way to find all the information that we talked about today is going to Main Street Macon's website, which is www.mainstreetmaconga.com. That has my email address on there as well as my phone number. You're welcome to email me at ehopkins@maconbib.us. I'm happy and always available to answer questions and just hear ideas, see if it's something that can be implemented downtown.
Is there specifically anything that, you know, I noticed that you had sent out an email about the cleanup project. Talk about that and talk about other initiatives that may be coming up where you could use some help and some support on, or volunteerism.
Right, so we just recently had a downtown cleanup day in the wake of Tropical Storm Irma. And that was really an opportunity for us to pick up some small debris, things that, you know, weren't hazardous or dangerous, but definitely just made downtown look like it had been affected by the storm. So that was an opportunity to engage the community and promote some civic pride to come out and be a part of your downtown and take care of it. So we picked up about 30 bags of limbs that day. So there was a lot of stuff, and we didn't get to everything, but that's something we'll continue to do, host regular cleanup days. Of course, we help promote events. We're going to be doing trick-or-treating in downtown Macon this year. Wow. So that'll be on Halloween, actual Halloween day from 4 to 7. We'll have some different retailers participating, handing out candy and that sort of thing. The 567 Center for Renewal will do free face painting. So that'll be a good family-friendly, fun event for everybody. And then, you know, we'll be out of the way once the adult entertainment begins that evening later on. So those kind of things are the stuff we're working on right now. And of course, I have to put in a plug for the Downtown Challenge Grant, which is administered by the Community Foundation of Central Georgia.
Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, so this grant was established back in 2014, I believe, after the Macon Action Plan was developed and published for the public. So the idea was that the Macon Action Plan is our roadmap for downtown, figuring out how to improve it, how to make it this really vibrant community that we all see or all hope to see one day. And then to make sure that it's not just a plan that sits on the shelf, there also was created a fund through the Community Foundation to actually fund grant projects that are inspired by the Macon Action Plan. So we still have some money left in that. The deadline has been extended from September 15th to this Friday, the 22nd. And then the next deadline will be March 15th of 2017. So anybody can apply to get a downtown challenge grant.
Tell me what the challenge grant is looking for.
Well, they're really looking for anything that enhances downtown. So sometimes that's events. Right now, they'd really love to see things that are more permanent improvements in our downtown area. For instance, me and my good friend David Moore at Newtown we're hoping to get a grant to do some murals in downtown Macon and really develop a formal public art policy, because we don't currently have one. But some of the things that have been implemented, there have been dog waste stations added to downtown so that people are encouraged to pick up after their pets. Different things like signage plans, new wayfinding signs. So anything that could really make a noticeable difference in downtown, those are the kind of projects that the Community Foundation,
so that means
is looking
pretty
for.
much that if you have an idea about something that you think would make downtown better,
Exactly.
then you could submit, and then there are not many grants available for anything. But if your idea is good, then one can submit it to the Community Foundation and may get it funded.
Exactly.
They may get it funded.
Yeah.
But can they call you also just to get more information? I know they call
Yeah,
the Community
absolutely.
Foundation. But give her the contact information for yourself again.
Yeah, so you can contact me at ehopkins@maconbib.us. You can also call me at 478-284-5553.
And the website?
www.mainstreetmaconga.com.
www.mainstreetmaconga.com. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and I really encourage everybody to become familiar with what's going on in Macon, what's going on in downtown, you know, what the business opportunities are, what the grant opportunities are, and if you got some ideas to make Macon better and downtown better, then this young lady will be glad, more than happy, to discuss them with you. I want to appreciate you, express my appreciation to you and all of your hard work as Main Street Macon manager.
Correct.
Did I get it right
You
this
did.
time?
Gold star.
Yeah, thank you. This is a call to action.
Call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Thank you, Miss Emily Hopkins.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
www.makingblackpages.com.
Thanksgiving and Christmas are just around the corner, and the Macon Black Pages is going to set the tone for the holidays by having a holiday expo and business and consumer mixer at the Tubman Museum, November the 14th from 6 to 10 p.m. We'll have display booths, we'll have networking, we'll set the tone for the holidays, and we want everybody there. You are invited. See you at the expo, November the 14th, 6 o'clock at the Tubman Museum. 478-464-0074.